Hey everybody. Have I got one for you today that is just going to blow your mind. So, the first part I'll start with is explaining something because there was a time when I did not understand the difference in between subjective reality and objective reality. So, subjective reality is my experience. That's my own experience. So, one of the easy ways for me to explain this is let's say that you and me watch an accident happen. You see and hear things, and I see and hear things differently, right? And that could just be, because I'm a couple feet away from you, but you're going to have your own reality about this, and so will I. Now, uh, there is objective reality as well. And the objective reality is, well, let's say I've got 10 plants in my front yard. So we got 10 plants in my front yard. And, um, I go around and count them up. I got 10 plants. You count them up, 10 plants. We agree. That's an objective reality. There should be 10 plants there. So there is, and right, we're kind of living in this reality, assuming that it's fixed, it is static, and this one just blew my mind, but it went right along with some um, kind of what I would call ancient teachings. But now the science is catching up. So I'm going to read you this. This is March 12th, 2019. A quantum experiment suggests there is no such thing as objective reality. This is from MIT. Physicists have long suspected that the quantum mechanics allows two observers to experience conflicting realities. Now they perform the first experiment that proves it. Back in 1961, Nobel Prize winner physicist Eugene Wigner outlined a thought experiment that demonstrated one of the lesser known paradoxes of quantum mechanics. The experiment shows how the strange nature of the universe allows two observers, let's say Wagner and Wagner's friend, to experience different realities. I know, sounds nuts. Since then, physicists have used the Wagner's friend, quote unquote, thought experiment to explore the nature of measurement and to argue over objective facts, whether objective facts can exist. That's important because scientists carry out experiments to establish objective facts. But if these experiments, but if the experience if they experience different realities, the argument goes that they can, uh, how can they agree on the facts, what the facts might be? This provides some entertaining fodder for after dinner conversation, but Wagner's thought experiment has never been more than just that, a thought experiment. Last year, however, physicists noticed in that recent advances in quantum technology have made it possible to reproduce Wagner's friend's test in real experiments. In other words, it ought to be possible to create different realities and compare them in the lab and find out if they can be reconciled. And today, I'm going to butcher this up, Massimilio Perotti at the Watt University in Edinburgh and a few colleagues say they have performed this experiment for the first time and have created different realities and compared them. Their conclusion is that Wagner was correct. The realities can be made irreconcilable, so that it's impossible to agree on the objective facts about the experiment. Wagner's original thought experiment is straightforward in principle. It begins with a single polarized photon that, when measured, can have a horizontal polarization or a vertical polarization. But before The measurement, according to the laws of quantum mechanics, the photon exists in both polarization states at the same time. So it's called supersupposition. Um, anyway, goes on, but the amazing thing is that this goes right along with another experiment that was done way before this, where they know that the observer changes reality. It's the same photon, except they shoot a photon through a slit, and based upon whether the photon is being observed, it'll collapse and become a particle. And if it's not observed, it'll create a wave pattern. So literally, we are collapsing reality. And this is, I know, sounds like, oh, this is some out there stuff, but it's very much real for all of us. We all create our own reality. For millennia, there's been the great mystic teachers have been saying that the world is mental, the universe is mental, and you are creating it through what you think and see. You'll see what you are looking for, and based upon what you feel, you create your reality. Now, to break it down, you know, we see this all the time with cognomovement. Let's say we have a mother and a daughter, and the daughter thinks the mom is a narcissist. She thinks, oh my God, I'm 40 years old, and that witch is, just cannot see straight. Well, anyway, she comes in and does a session, the daughter does, about her being hurt about her mom. And she does the session, and she actually busts all of her resentment and lets go of it and doesn't feel it anymore. And she maybe even sees how her mother did care, just not in the way that she wanted it. Like that. The mother calls and it's like, "Hey, honey, I was just thinking, you know, I was thinking about you, and that the past 40 years I've been really tough, and I did things that I think hurt you, and I'm so sorry, and I'll never do it again, and I know it now." Wow. Right? There is a quantum entanglement, and there is the observer effect. And we see this every single week with cognomovement and cognomovement practitioners. You might have noticed it in your life. If you're a little bit angry or something like that, don't people like tend not to treat you very good, or you might find that life's difficult? You might see it in your friends, right? Well, y the way they're being treated or whatever, on either end of the spectrum. I remember what long ago, I don't know, I was in my 20s, and, we'd go to bars and what have you, and, my now wife, who was a girlfriend at the time, I would get like so much attitude from the bartenders and the waitresses, and I was just like, "May I please have one beer, please? Thank you." And they'd be like, "Don't give me your money crinkled up, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh my God," and she was laughing because it was just how it was. But inside me, it was a reflection. Externally, I was being nice, but that was a reflection, and that's the way it works. You're the observer. This observer effect. It's all interconnected. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. Now, the amazing thing is that you can change it, and we have coming up next week. We have a 4-day event. This 4-day event is called Cognoconscious. And what it is all of the events of your life. your shame and humiliation of your life, your guilt, your grief, your anger, your fear, your resentment, your blame, all of it. What we do is we do this neurological exercise, Cognomovement, and you literally, it releases your entire lifetime. And it is intense. It's hard, but it's the best ending of the 4 days of your life. You can imagine what kind of reality, if MIT is right, what kind of reality would I create if I simply didn't feel that way anymore? And that's what happens. You don't feel that way, and you're not even trying. You're not like, I'm trying to be cheerful, I'm trying to be forgiving, or, you literally, you're like, forgive them. I don't feel anything. Yeah, of course I forgive them, or whatever be the case. But reality completely bends for you in a different way. Anyway, there's links in the description, and I hope you enjoyed this little talk. I know that this is really mind bending because it was for me, and I like mind bending stuff anyway. But that one really, like, wait a second, no objective reality. That doesn't. Well, actually, and there's more and more proof. There's a lot more of these type of tests that have gone on now. Anyway, thank you all. Thank you for listening. If I can do anything for you, leave it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer and try to help you out. Somebody left a quote here. Let's see. I want to go. I have questions about logistics. Who can I call for info? If you will email info, info, at cognomovement.com. That's info at, hopefully I can type here, info at cognomovement.com. Think, there you go. Oh, you tried and it came back. Okay. Let me see. There's a 800. There's a number. I don't have it. Let's see here. Can you email, try this one, Bill McKenna events at Gmail, BILLMCKENNA events at gmail.com. Let's see if that one goes through. Let me know. Let's see here. Bill and events at gmail.com. Okay. And on logistics, San Diego, California, and there's hotel discounts. There's all kinds of stuff for you. Glenn, if you could let me know if that works out, and I will respond. Okay. Thank you all, and I hope to see you in San Diego. 4 days. It's tough as hell, but it'll be worth it. Thanks.